read you something from one of my favorite authors very briefly. It is Idris Shah. Idris Shah is or was a Sufi who was a prolific author as well. And just the title of this book says a mouthful. Look at it. Learning how to learn. Okay? This book is set up in a question answer format where they're taking common questions that will come to Shah and he's answering them, and then he'll give anecdotes or anecdotal stories or so forth that help to illustrate his point. But I want to read a question here that was posed to him. The question says, can you mention something hurtful? Answer, surely most people can do that. To me, it is hurtful to have to deal with people whom you would like to teach when, pretending to themselves that they seek knowledge, they only want a social community, friendship, togetherness, attention, and the like. All these things are delightful, and all the more delightful when consciously indulged in, rather than found by means of deception. Deception in this case is pretending to oneself that one is studying when one is seeking stimuli. Pretending to oneself that one is studying when one is merely seeking stimuli. Such people may have the capacity to learn, but they overlay it with shallow aims. They may have been trained to seek smaller satisfactions and to give them grand names. Let me read this again. They may have been trained to seek smaller satisfactions and to give them grand names. They may, on the other hand, simply be carrying on the demands of babyhood. Rumi said, quote, when will you cease coveting nuts and raisins? End quote. The condition can be so well established that people are to all intents and purposes unconscious of its presence. Let that marinate.